Okay, so here we are at the front screen. We just got done with our settings, and you can see the pictures are uploaded up. So now what we want to do is we want to upload some music. So what you want to do is you'll go up here to your upload. You got a choice between a couple different options here, but you can go to choose to upload a single track. Once you do that, you can drop your file in, and once it uploads, what you'll see is something like this. You'll see the upload, the song populate in, and I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. So when you go in and upload a track, this is the first thing that you'll see. You'll see a screen after it gets done uploading. You'll see a screen similar to this that asks you to fill in the title, asks you to fill in the tempo, asks you to fill in a description of the piece, whether it has lyrics or not. And then you're going to want to choose your pricing. So here I've just got a couple demo pricing here, so we can test the system out to show you guys how to use this. But you're going to want to appropriately price your music for a single sync licensing fee to a multiple sync licensing price in the event that the buyer wants to use this piece multiple times in different areas. And then there's an unlimited price that allows the buyer to basically use that piece of music in any production, any sort of multimedia content that they would like to have that piece of music in. So once you get done, you can hit save. And the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to upload some additional content. So you can put in, I'm just going to put this test file in real quick. So you can upload your additional content here. And that could be in the form of many different things, depending on how you want to sell your piece of music. One of which could be the MIDI. You could add your MIDI in. You could add the music stems, the sheet music. Maybe you want to add the entire project file. So it's totally up to you what you add to the document to make your music more marketable. Down here, it gives you an opportunity to essentially make for sure that your music gets seen. You have an ability to select the genre of the music. In this case, it's already populated for me as orchestral. In the event that your genre is not there, you can click to add a new genre into the system. And the same thing with any type of subgenres or any type of just like action words that describes your music. And then you can do the same thing with your instruments. You have the ability to choose your track rights. So here, you can choose between an exclusive license or a non-exclusive license of your track. If you choose exclusive license, an exclusive license will basically mean that this track can only be purchased once. Once it's purchased, it'll go into force hide, so you'll see the availability go into private because this track has been purchased as an exclusive track. If you choose non-exclusive, it stays up to be purchased multiple different times over the course of however long you have that track active on the platform. Over here, you have availability. It allows you to take your piece of music private, or if you want to take it down for a little while, you can either take it into private or public. And then you can choose, most people probably won't do this, but if you've got like a promo piece of music that you just want to put out there and allow people to download, you can set your pricing at 0 and just allow them to download the track upon upload and it being public to the platform. This right here, I'll show you here in a little bit, allows you to, when you share your music, embed the code of the music into, let's say, your website. So if you're trying to promote your music on your website, you can use the Avec Audio system to basically upload your content and have your track up there for play directly on your website. If your music has explicit content, you can put it 18 plus or all ages. And then you can choose whether or not the music is royalty free or not. So if you choose whether let's say for example, if you choose that it's not royalty free, this automatically triggers our system to develop a cue sheet that is submitted to ASCAP and BMI based on the following information below. So the information that we'll need to know whether or not your music has a copyright on it. And then we're going to need to know the information about how your piece of music is registered with either ASCAP or BMI, your respective performance rights organization, possibly even in a different country. So you're going to want to add your information here. So if you click here at this little icon right here, it just auto-populates your information from your settings, so you don't have to worry about filling out this information every time. You just have to fill out how your settings are in your performance rights organization. So if you own 100% of the track, you click 100%. If you have other writers on that track, then you'll want to set it up appropriately to have the multiple people who own a piece of that intellectual property in your royalty system here. Same thing with publishing. So if you have a publisher, possibly yourself or a different publishing company that has the publishing rights, you'll want to make for sure that you put the information here. And it's similar setup. You just do name, address, phone number, the performance rights organization that the publishing company is involved with. And then you have an opportunity, and this is actually primarily for the sync licensing contracts. What you want to do is this actually gives credit to the performers on your piece of music. So if you have a piece of music that actually has live performers, then you'll want to make for sure that you include their name and their involvement down here in the Add Performer section. So in this case, this piece of music that I have uploaded currently is just done strictly through samples. So I just put samples down here and the performing information and put virtual orchestra. So once you have filled this information out, you've got your additional content set. So let's say, you want to make for sure that you check mark these so they know what's available. You can check music stems if this is music stems or MIDI. So I'm just going to do MIDI and music. So I kind of give you, or music stems to give you an example of what's going on here. And then this whole information display here sets you up for success for your sync licensing contracts to make for sure all the information is populated correctly based on the type of license that is purchased by the buyer. So here you'll click Save. And once you click Save, it will take you to this informational page here, which allows the buyer to be able to see what this track's all about. So we can see that the tempo is 96. We can see that this piece of music is not royalty free. It is a non-exclusive track with the MIDI and music stems provided. There's no lyrics. These are kind of some action words. These are the tags, and then there's a description of the piece. Up here, there's a few different icons. This is for the amount of plays. This is the amount of likes. This is the amount of dislikes. This is how many times this track has been shared. This is how many times the track has been commented on down below. So anybody that has anything to say about your music, they can place comments down here. They can rate it by liking, disliking, as well as sharing this piece of music. So when I was talking about the embed code earlier, if you go to this share song right here, you'll be able to do one of two things. You can share this link right here or to any type of social media, or you can embed it directly into your website. And depending on the style of your brand, you can change the color of the player here to match your website color and however you want to develop that. So gives you a couple different options there, at which point once you close that tab, I'll go back in here real quick, at which point once you close the tab, you'll be able to just close this tab here. You'll be able to just highlight this and copy this information over into your website. A couple different features that are worth noting is that you can go back in here to more and be able to add this to a playlist. You can delete this track. You can see the statistics on the track, and then you can also see, you can go back in if you need to make corrections. You can go back in here and edit any information that you need to edit at any point in time.